This is the lab procedures for the electric fields lab, where you're going to find electric field lines for various configurations of conductors by finding the lines of equal voltage, the equal potential lines, and then realizing that the electric field lines are perpendicular to those. We have here that we'll start with this part of the apparatus. If you turn it upside down, you'll see that it has some configurations of conductors. This has a plate on the right and a point on the left. So that's the configuration that we're going to be drawing electric field lines and equal potentials for. Then you find, take a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper, place it on the board, press the board down a little, and you can slide it under these little holders. Or you can use Scotch tape, which is also provided there. Just make sure it's nice and flat. Then you find a template that has the same configuration as the conductors you saw on the bottom. This is, here's a plate and here's a point. So I place the template on top of my paper and draw in these shapes of the conductors. I'll just do it quickly here with a pen. Okay, use a pencil. Now, we're set up with this. By the way, it's good to make sure that these screws here down here are tight. All right. And now we're going to set the voltage on this oscillator. This gray box is an oscillator. It has an on-off switch in the back, a rocker switch, so turn it on. There's an amplitude button, and we want to set that at 4 volts. So I'm just looking at my voltmeter, and I'll give it to 4 volts. 4 volts. Okay. We also have an oscilloscope in this setup. So here's the on-off switch for the oscilloscope. So turn it on. And then we have this probe here, and I have this red wire right here in position E1. When this is in position E1, the oscilloscope will null out, that is, read a flat line. When I get to a 1/2 volt, a point that is at 1/2 of a volt. So I've nulled out the line on the oscilloscope, and there's a hole here, and I take my pencil and I put a little point there. Then I move over a little bit and I find another point, and I place a pencil mark there. And I find about, going all around this charge, I find about maybe 7 or 8 points that are at 1/2 of a volt. I need to connect them with a line later. When I move this to the second position, it's going to find points that are at 1 volt. So there's a point that's at 1 volt. There's a point that's at 1 volt. So I find about 7 or 8 points that are at 1 volt. Might not be able to find them everywhere. So I'll get a series of points that are at 1 volt. When I put it here, it's going to be 1.5 volts. I want to focus on the area between the two conductors. So there's a point that's at 1.5 volts, and I find another point that's at 1.5 volts. And I get a series of 7 or 8 points. Then when I move it here, it's 2 volts. So I'll be finding the points that are at 2 volts. When I get here, it'll be 2.5 volts, 3 volts, 3.5 volts. And that will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equal potential surfaces. And so I'll have a series of dots on this paper. I'm going to connect those with a line and find the equal potential lines, and then sketch in the electric fields. Then you might be asked to do another configuration. So for instance, here's 2 parallel plates. Carefully turn this over, unscrew these 2 things, and screw in this other set of electrodes, and do it again. Here would be the template for the 2 parallel plates.